MindFit motivation platform is a space where we just connect with ourselves a little bit deeper and connect with others. It's a space where I hope to inspire, uplift, and motivate people. I hope that we can tap into ourselves a little bit deeper and really give ourselves the tools to reach our full potential in life. Rosie. So that's the whole objective of MindFit. And I do that through retreats. We go to Zanzibar in September. Nevin, Claire, you'll be there. Pauline's coming now. I do that through events, and I'm doing this through my commitment of weekly MindFit lives. So please join me every Monday, 7 p.m. and share the love. I'm going to recap on each week's topic, and hopefully when I recap, there's a nice little reminder of tools that we can use to do all those things I spoke about. So first of all, the first week we spoke about setting intentions without pressure. And that's about our goal setting. Sometimes when we set goals, we may have these high expectations of ourselves. We might set timely goals. And then if we don't reach them, or if obstacles get in the way, we may feel defeated. So goals are not there, for us to, let's go for it. We feel all motivated and then it doesn't go to plan and then we feel defeated. And then we're in this vicious cycle of not doing what we truly want to. So how do we overcome that? And we spoke about taking away the pressure. I miss you, my Tom Tom more. We spoke about taking away the pressure. So setting daily intentions, whatever you want to do in life, let's set the intentions to do it daily. Let's remind ourselves to be compassionate and to understand that life throws obstacles and good things are not easy to get. So it's going to take time, it's going to take energy, and sometimes we'll get knocked down. So take away the pressure and set the intentions daily to get to where you want to go in life. Our next topic was overcoming fear. Fear will always be there. May not be for some, but fear, remember, it's an emotion we create ourselves, and fear comes from, whether it comes from past experiences, fear may come from negative stories we've told ourselves or being told by other people. And so we build up these fear, we build up the barriers. But when we build up barriers of fear, this is now a block to where we want to go. Do you like that, actions? It's a block to where we want to go. So it's about recognizing and accepting the fear is there, but not allowing it to take control over our lives and allowing that fear to put us in a chokehold that we can't move. You move through the fear and do it anyway, because on the other side of fear, that's where the reward lies. Thank you, Tom. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 Tom. Like, tap your booty. Sorry. My panto friend. We've got stupid jokes like that. Self-confidence was our third topic. Self-confidence is about believing in ourselves. Sometimes I think when we lack self-confidence, it may be, again, because of past experiences, some things that we have done. It could be, mistakes that we made or whatever, things that had happened, which was a bad experience basically, and it knocks our confidence. We have to build that confidence back up. Lack of confidence can also come from caring what other people think, which is a waste of time and energy. So it's about believing in ourselves and having self-confidence to do the things we want to do in life, achieve the things we want to achieve, and make the most out of life. Again, we don't want to cripple ourselves with the lack of self-confidence. We don't want to cripple ourselves with the fear, because our life is so short. It's so short and it's so sweet that we haven't got time for these blockages. So having self-confidence. Our next topic was turning dreams into reality. I'm such a big believer that we are the creators of our own reality. If you feel that your reality is in a negative space, we've created that. Some people might be like, no, Faye, I didn't create that. If I'm in a negative space, I haven't created it. It's not my fault. It's negative people around me. Okay, so if there's negative things that are around you, it's up to us to take responsibility and remove ourselves from that. So we're creators of our own reality. If you want your reality to be filled with positivity and light, you got to surround yourself with positivity and light. So that's what I mean about creating our own reality, turning our dreams into our reality. So then we talk about our dreams. Our dreams, what we need to fulfill our dreams is that self-belief. So all the topics tying together, we need that self-belief and our self-confidence to know that we can achieve our dreams. You have to believe it. And if you find it difficult to believe it, we have to find tools that are going to help us really believe in ourselves and believe that we can achieve our dreams, because we can and we will. I want to run some yoga classes, but need to find some belief. Some people will come. I'm so glad you've mentioned that, Health Tunbridge Wells. Again, that's fear and self-belief. Fear that nobody will turn up. Sometimes we've just got to do it. Yeah. I'm a 12 years in this fitness industry. I'm a fitness expert and international presenter and all these things. There's times where I've run a workshop and I've had 2 people turn up. That's not a reflection of my worth. And sometimes I've been scared about that, but I had to do it. And if only 2 people can't turn up in that class, I must give those 2 people the best experience that I can. I must give them my all, my best. That's my intention. And that's it. That's all I can do. You know, I can't let my ego come in the way and go, well, how come I've only got 2 people? I'm so scared that no one will turn up. No, you just got to do it, and don't be afraid of that failure, because that's where the lessons are going to come. That's where you're going to learn and you're going to grow and you're going to build. So my message to you is, I don't want to swear. Just fucking do it. I swear anyway. I don't know why I even bother say that. Turning dreams into reality. Our next topic was working through adversity, which was last week's topic. There's always going to be adverse situations. There's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be downfalls. And, you know, for me, the last 2 weeks have been very challenging. It's been, you know, a few kicks in the teeth. And that's why I'm doing this work on myself. So I can build my strength, I can build my resilience, I can build my self-confidence. So when I am feeling low, when I am lacking confidence, when I am in a challenging situation, when I am going through adversity, I can tap into my tools that I've been using and been building to help me get up. You know, I may be down, but, you know, those are the tools that I'm going to need to help me get up. So adversity will always be there. Challenges will always be there. You can't avoid them. You have to face them and work through them and use these tools, use the tools that work for you to help you overcome and get through. And a big lesson in working through adversity for me personally is not being avoidant. Emotions that come up, challenges that come up, things that we don't want to face. We don't want to face going deep sometimes. We don't want to face having that, you know, downfall, being on our knees, having the tears and having the breakdowns. But sometimes we got to go through it. Sometimes we have to. Claire's Lodding, you know, babes. You've been through some shit, you know. So yeah, work through it. So today's topic, those are the recaps. Today's topic is about self-love. My favourite thing. Self-love, one thing I've learned about loving yourself is that you can love better when you love yourself first. Starting off with loving yourself is accepting who you are as a person and being authentic, being yourself first of all, and not caring what other people think and trying to take away any judgment that you have of yourself. That's a good start of knowing that you're starting to love on yourself. And how you talk to yourself is how you know how you love on yourself. I'm feeling challenges all the time, and I bought myself a wellness journal so I can work on myself to be better. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about tools. What tools can you use to learn, to love on yourself more, to accept yourself? I don't talk positive to myself all the time. Exactly. Part of self-love or improving loving on ourselves is the things we say to ourselves. I'll come on to that. Love yourself first before you can love someone else. Self-love is the starting point. Look at yourself and say, I love you daily, even the flaws we don't like. Self-love is starting point to see how we flourish. It really is. It really is. And that's what I mean. It's a work in progress. You don't, it's not an overnight thing. It takes work. And I think it takes work forever. It's not like, oh, I'm going to do the work and then by this date, I'll have done the work and that's it. It's done. It's not, for the rest of our lives, we're always going to be doing the work. I guess I do put myself down in front of people. And that's a start. Words have power. Catch yourself when you are using certain words that are not going to uplift you and show love to yourself. So if you recognize, like you said, Sita, you recognize that you don't always talk nicely to yourself. That's the first step, recognizing it, being aware, being self-aware of what we're saying, and then changing the language towards ourselves. Tip as well for you, Sita, if you find yourself not talking to yourself nicely, imagine talking to somebody else that you love. So for example, if you're a parent talking to how would you talk to your child? How would you talk to the person that you love and care for and you want to nurture and you want to love? You'd talk nice to them. You would never say, you look awful in that, or, you would never say, oh, you're not enough. You can't do that. But then we find it easy to say those negative things to ourselves. No. We can't do that. Self-love for me is the gym. Exactly. Looking after your physical and mental well-being, that's also an act of self-love. Being kind to yourself, that is an act of self-love. So my 6 takeaways, my 6 tips is, first of all, we spoke about it, positive self-talk. I mentioned last week, it's normal to have negative feelings, but there is no point adding negative thoughts onto negative feelings. Add positive thoughts onto negative feelings. It's easier said than done, I know, but it takes practice. So positive self-talk is a form of self-love. When you find yourself not talking kindly to yourself, catch yourself, become aware and change the language. What helps for me a lot is I love to give love to others. If there's something I feel of love, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. You know, sometimes people hold back on even saying nice things to people. They don't want to seem like, oh, too much, I'm saying the most or whatever. Say it, give that compliment, share that love. It feels good. And once you give the love, it's if you find it feels nice to give it, then it will feel nice giving it back to yourself. So try that. Give love. Give it abundantly. Give it so big. Don't be afraid of it being too much. Do you know what I mean? If even with your friends, if you tell them you love them, tell them they look great, tell them mean it. I mean, I'm a big believer on don't just say it for the sake of it. Mean it when you say it. But just say, even the people that you're used to seeing every day and we take them for granted. Imagine if we were to lose them tomorrow, we would want to tell them all these things. The nicest things people say about people, I have found, is at a funeral. You know, I know it sounds morbid and, you know, it's not a comfortable thing talking about grief and death and stuff. But if you think about a funeral you've been to and the things that people say, and it just fills you, it's emotional, it makes you cry. We must do that while we're living. What helps for me, I always talk about affirmation music. I listen to a lot of positive affirmation music. If anybody wants music inspiration, come at me. I'm going to give you, it's my love language to send you music. So positive self-talk, number 1. Number 2, self-respect. Respecting yourself and others. Treating yourself with respect. And making sure that other people treat you with respect. If they do not, then it's our responsibility to set boundaries. It is a must. Setting boundaries and sometimes saying no or walking away is an act of self-love. It is a must. It might not feel comfortable, but this is what is going to help us to love and respect ourselves more. You know, if you find you are in any type of relationship, whether not even just relationships, friendships, work connections, that you're not given the self-respect and love that you deserve, you must call it out in a respectful way as well. You know, respecting yourself and positive talk. Number 3, having compassion. It's so easy to be tough on ourselves when we're not doing the things that we want ourselves to do, or we have these certain expectations we set on ourselves and we don't do them. We beat ourselves up. We add pressure. Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, gosh. Or I haven't got the energy to do that now and I feel bad for it. Don't. We've really got to learn to tune in a lot more. And I say this because this was one of my biggest things. I am a very active person, and I'm not just talking physically. My brain is active and it's always going, and I always want to be doing because I've got passion, I've got purpose, I've got energy. And so the moment when I need to be still, I don't like it. Like when I'm ill, when I'm sick, I don't like it because that means I've got to stop. And I've had to really learn there's power in surrendering. There is power in being still, because sometimes we get knocked down to lay down and just recalibrate and be like, and reset and give yourself time. So that now if I don't have the energy to get up and train, I'm not going to beat myself up. Now, if I don't have the energy, or if I didn't have the time or the space to tick everything off of my to-do list, because ticking everything off my to-do list is what makes me feel good, right? So if I don't do it, then I don't feel good. But then I can't do everything. So why am I going to beat myself up for that? So, it's having compassion for yourself, being gentle and going with your feelings. If today, focus on your feeling. If today I don't have the capacity to give this much and I can only give this much, know that that's enough and know that that's okay. Because there's going to be days that you can go back to giving this much. But we can't expect to be 100% 365 days of the year. It's impossible. And sometimes I think when you're doing too much, you will get knocked down if you don't stop yourself. For example, it turns to stress, we get ill. And then you have no choice but to be still. And to give yourself that self-soothing, self-love and self-compassion. So when I've been unwell for this last week or so, I pushed through it because I was going, I'm better, and then I wasn't, and I'm better. And I'm like, what's going on? 1 minute I'm all right, and then I'm knocked down again. It was me trying to fight and trying to resist. And then I had to be like, Faye, surrender. So when I surrender, I'm sitting in it. Then things are coming up. Emotions are coming up. Snot is coming up. This is coming up. That is coming up. It's a deep thing. My friend said to me, getting ill sometimes is a spiritual thing. Listen to the signs as well. Everything's coming up. So when it comes up to the surface, I can see what's going on within. I had time. Whereas if I was distracted doing everything that I'm normally doing every day, I wouldn't have time and space to turn in, close down and go inwards. So when I close down and go inwards, I'm seeing what's going on. I see what I need to serve myself with. I see what I need to do. I need to be held. I need to give myself compassion. I need to stop. I need to breathe. I need to give myself time. And now I'm back. So that's what compassion is about. Let me go to comments. Recognize your body tells you no matter what to rest. We just have to listen to our bodies. Listen. Get out of our head and into our body. Trust me, it is a game changer. I have that lesson. Hi, Miss Lily. I do that now, and it's a game changer. So 1, positive self-talk. 2, respect for yourself and others. 3, compassion. And 4, setting boundaries, as we spoke about. Setting boundaries is an act of love. We must do it. It's a must. Number 5, looking at the benefits of self-love. What are the benefits? Why do we need to love on ourselves? It improves our mental well-being. If we're doing better mentally, we got the capacity to do the things we enjoy and give and work and just do life. The benefits are building our self-confidence. It builds our resilience to things. And as I said, doing the work on ourselves daily, when we do get those obstacles in the way, we can pull on the tools we have. Whereas if we don't do no work on ourselves, that's why people break down. That's why we have breakdowns, and that's why, because we're not doing the work. And, in saying that, even when you do the work, those breakdowns will still happen. I'm not saying that, but you're able to work through them better, if that makes sense. So, yeah, it builds strength and resilience. Number 6, working on self-love. It's an inspiration to others. It's good to show that to others, because there's people around us that may be struggling with loving on themselves. And I always think about, even though I'm not a mother, I haven't got children, I like to be an example. I'm still thinking about younger people. I'm still thinking about the next generation, people who may be watching. I've got a platform. We've got a world wide web. There's people watching what we do, and I want to be a positive influence to people. So if I'm showing, if I'm building up my tools to have self-love, self-belief, self-confidence, that rubs off out into the world. Imagine if everyone in the world was negative. It's like a lurgy. It spreads. So working on ourselves, building our self-love, building, our resilience, being positive and doing all this work, I do it in order to give out to the world. That's what I do it for. I'm here on purpose. Do you know what I mean? I'm a vessel put on here to be of service of others and to have a positive impact on the world. It's a bigger picture. It's not, this self-love is not selfish. It's not for me. Yeah, it benefits me totally, definitely, to live a comfortable, happier life with ease. But I work on myself so I can be an asset to the world. There is a lot of negative, terrible things happening in this world. There's a lot of, unhealed, broken people that are projecting and doing evil things in this world. So it's my mission to do better and be an inspiration, be an influence to others, and have this knock-on effect. This is what these MindFit talks are about. This is what the retreats that I want to do are about. It's what the events I do about. It's for a bigger picture. So my last thing is to inspire others. And if your parents, teach your children. I don't like saying that. I'm like, if you're a parent, teach your children. I don't like telling people what to do. But, it's positive to be an influence to your children. Show, if they're looking at you, children are so intuitive, they will see if you don't love on yourself. You can pretend all you want. They can see right through that. We must practice that self-love, because we'll be the first one to tell our children, no, love yourself. You're beautiful as you are. But we're not telling ourselves. No, we got to do that for ourselves. It's like the whole thing about if you're on a plane crash, put on your gas mask first before you put it on for someone, even if it is your child. Do it for you first. Be that inspiration, be that influence, be that positive influence. So just to recap, self-love is having self-respect, self-knowing our worth, and accepting ourselves without judgment from ourselves, and filling our cup so that we can be of service to others. Boy, am I glad I follow you. Thank you. That means a lot. 6 tips to help us with self-love, or tools for self-love. Number 1, positive self-talk. Number 2, respect yourself and make sure we have respect from others. 3, having compassion for ourselves, surrendering sometimes and giving ourselves that love. And that can mean different things for people. Number 4, setting those boundaries. It is an act of self-love. Number 5, understanding the benefits, how it will help us mentally and physically. Everything has a knock-on effect. And number 6, to inspire others.